Welcome everybody to Funeral Nation episode 76. I'm your host Ryan Thogmartin. That is Jeff, the Funeral Commander Harbison. And we got another killer episode going on today. Jeff, what do we got coming up?
We are really excited today that the Fast Funding Group is making this happen. We're powered by them, and we'll run their promo in just a moment. But on today's show, we're going to have the heir apparent to one of the funeral industry's most admired companies. Our spotlight's going to be in Connecticut, and WTF is we're showing Uber's getting in the funeral business. So why don't we run a promo from our boys with Jamie?
Hello, all you FNers. Jamie Meredith here with C&J Financial, American Funeral Financial, and Funeral Funding Center. We're stoked to bring you the Funeral Nation web show every single week. Guys, every day our office is bombarded with calls from funeral directors just like you all across the country who are just sick and tired of waiting weeks or sometimes months for payment on their insurance assignment cases. That is insane. There is a better way. Our group currently works with more than 3,000 funeral homes nationwide and funds more than 40,000 funerals annually. And we'd love to show you why so many of your colleagues use us to process and fund all of their insurance claims. Check us out at cjf.com, americanfuneralfinancial.com, and funeralfundingcenter.com today for more information. Remember, always be finer than split frog hair in 4 different directions. Cheers, y'all.
Awesome. All right, Jeff, this week, I think the buzz could absolutely be Mr. Todd Howe of Woodfin Funeral Home wins the Sich Casket giveaway. So Sich is giving away a casket a month for an entire year, and Mr. Todd won the first month.
Hey, it doesn't get any better than that. How many free caskets is other people giving out? You know,
it's good stuff. Oh, and our boys at Sich, they're giving out T-shirts too. We got this in the mail today.
I got an itch to switch for Sich.
Man, you should be the tagline guru creator guy.
I have another one, but I can't say it on air. But anyway,
does it rhyme with
good.
Sich?
Yes.
Awesome.
And it's not glitch.
Okay, I gotcha. Well, this week's buzz was sponsored by our friends at Aftercare.com.
Are you a funeral director who just can't find time to follow up with your families? We all know how important aftercare is, but meeting with families and running a funeral home doesn't leave much time for anything else. The Aftercare Card program is an automated program that sends out 4 cards plus a survey to your families during the first year following a loss. You simply go to aftercare.com and enroll your family and you're done. It literally takes about a minute and the cost is only $20 per family. Visit aftercare.com today to learn more and get a free sample.
Okay, Jeff. This week is a question for you, and the more you know minutes. This comes from John in PA. It says, Funeral Commander, I've heard you say that funeral home success should not be measured in calls. What does that mean?
That means that you could be doing 100 calls and making $50 net per call, right? Or you could be doing 50 calls and making $3,000 net per call. Calls are only for when you go to the convention and say, oh, we're doing how many calls? Sort of like your fleet. Doesn't matter. It's time that we start getting down to the math and quit playing patty cake. All right? This is a business. All right? Anyway, if you want to know more, email me, jeff@theforesightcompanies.com, and I can actually not only explain it to you, but help you make money.
There we go. It's all about making money. We got to make money to stay in business, brother.
Shake it, baby.
All right, Jeff. It's time for our interview segment. Who do we have on the show today?
Our guest today is a current chief operating officer, however, at Homesteaders. However, we've got an announcement for him. So let's roll that interview. Steve Shaffer. Steve, welcome to the Funeral Nation TV show.
Hey, it's great to be here.
Man, we're glad to have you here. This is a big day. We haven't had you on before, and such an industry superlative like yourself. We're blessed today.
Well, I'm honored and flattered.
Yeah, it's a big effing deal, Funeral Nation. Just to make sure everybody knows. Hey, look, please tell us a little about yourself and your experience in the funeral profession.
Yeah, I've been involved in the funeral profession almost 30 years now. Started out not specifically in the funeral profession, but as an auditor. And my very first client was a national funeral home operator, and crossed over and started working with a national operator in 1996. And since then, I've been involved with a series of companies, was part of the founding partnership group at Keystone Group in 1996. Did that with Bob Horn, Steve Tidwell, Jim Price, who really taught me everything I needed to know about the funeral business. And then was able to found Foundation Partners a few years ago. And then now I've moved on to Homesteaders, which has been a great move for me.
Fantastic. Well, Steve, you've just been announced that you are going to be the heir apparent to Steve Lang as CEO of Homesteaders. Share us a little more about that big news.
Yeah, when I came to Homesteaders and made the decision to move from Tampa, Florida to Des Moines, that was always part of the long-range plan that I would have the opportunity to succeed Steve. And it's been a great opportunity to work underneath him and follow in the footsteps of some of the industry giants like Graham Cook and Steve. And they both have done great things for the company and are really supportive of the profession. And when Steve approached me, it was a perfect fit for me because I had the financial background and I really wanted to stay focused in the funeral space. And with Homesteaders being exclusively committed to the funeral profession as part of our mission, it was an ideal opportunity for me. That with the exception of the move to Des Moines, but it's been great. My family's really settled in, and we have really enjoyed the transition into Des Moines, and things are going really well.
That's good. And it makes it easy because the nameplate change isn't quite as difficult. We have Steve and Steve.
Yeah, it makes it really easy. One Steve to the other.
Yeah, I'm a little simple when it comes to that. Look, congratulations. You know, you really have a varied history and outstanding credentials for this position. So will you please share with the Funeral Nation your thoughts about the opportunities that Homesteaders provides for the future of the profession?
Yeah, I think Homesteaders is uniquely positioned to support the profession in the future. It's a 110-year-old company, and we're in the business of being here for the long term. And we also are solely in one business. So we only do one thing. We provide funding for funerals planned in advance. And so that puts us in great alignment with our partners in the industry, the agencies we work with, and the funeral homes we work with, and their customers. We're a mutual company, so we're actually owned by our policy owners, who are the families that our funeral homes serve. And so that really aligns our interest and the funeral homes' interest and the agencies that we work with, their interest in doing good things for the funeral profession.
That's fantastic. And I know that, Steve, you guys have launched some new initiatives this year and some new programs. Can you tell us about those new initiatives and the success that you're having?
Yeah, one of the things you'll see from Homesteaders is that because we're a bigger company and we have scale, we feel like we have a great opportunity to help funeral home operators who may not have that scale or the resources to invest in technology with technology tools that will help facilitate their connection with consumers and really help them in their business. And also through partnerships like we have with Disrupt Media, helping them understand how to best take advantage of social media and the new ways of marketing their business now that boomers are coming into the segment. I think we also have the opportunity to do more market research and help really understand the boomer segment. And we also have done a lot of demographic research to help funeral home owners understand what the opportunity is going to be as those boomers start moving into the market. And really, it's a real positive thing that we see going forward. On top of that, as an insurance company, we also are investing in new product modifications and other aspects of what we do to help make things easier for customers and for funeral homes to work with us and also to serve their customers.
Excellent. Well, Homesteaders has always offered excellent data and trends for the funeral business. Can you offer maybe something that you see or know about that's optimistic, and then something maybe a little concerning we need to pay attention to?
Yeah, I'll highlight a couple of things. About a year and a half ago, we basically spent quite a bit of time looking at some of the key demographic trends in the industry. And we actually have a presentation that we do within the industry. And one of the things that I like to highlight for the profession, everybody talks about the doom and gloom about how tough business is and how difficult it is with the cremation rate increasing. But when you look forward 5 and 10 years, by 2030, there's going to be 70% more people over the age 65 in the U.S. And that just represents a huge opportunity for us in the business to do more pre-planning, to make more arrangements, to basically serve those people. And so when you look at the sheer number of people who are going to need what we offer, there's going to be a lot more people who will be using all of our services. The challenge in that is that as that boomer generation comes to the funeral home to buy services and products, we have to make sure we're meeting their needs. And so it's important for us to be able to adapt so that we connect with consumers the way they want to be connected with, and provide them information, and also provide them products and services that are going to meet their needs and serve them in the way they want to be served. So I think that's the key for us, is there's going to be a lot more people who are reaching the target age group where we can serve them, but we have to make sure we're there and ready to serve them and connect with them in the way that they want to be connected with, or somebody else will figure it out. And we can't afford to be disrupted. And Homesteaders is really committed to that, because we only do one thing, and we only do that with funeral homes. So it's really important for us to help figure out that model, and we have the resources to put behind it to make sure that happens.
Wow.
Excellent. Good stuff. Well, Steve, this is probably the funnest part of the interview. We're going to do some lightning round questions. We're going to fire a series of questions at you. Quick answer. They're going to be a little fun, a little cheeky. We'll see what happens. All right. You ready for this?
Okay. Yeah, I'll try not to disappoint.
All right. Favorite sports team?
Favorite sports team is the Hoosier basketball team, even though they've had a long run of difficulty. But I went to IU and graduated there in 1987, the last time they won the NCAA tournament. Great experience, and I'm still a fan, even though, again, it's been a long struggle to watch them over the last few years.
All right. Biggest threat to the funeral profession?
Biggest threat to the funeral profession, I would say, is the challenge in funeral home owners and the profession adapting to what consumers are going to want. I see that as being our biggest challenge. And part of that is dovetailed in with cremation. We all need to do a better job of getting cremation arrangements made at a level that meet the consumer's needs and give them what they need with ceremony, and getting paid for that at an adequate level. And I think there are a lot of operators who are doing a better job of that, but not going to just meet the low end, lowest cost operator in the market, but delivering good service, high quality, and getting paid for that.
Celebrity crush?
Celebrity crush is, I'd have to say, Peyton Manning. He's just a high quality guy, great athlete, and just a high quality guy. Yeah. So I would say that's it. I just think all around gives back to his community, and a great athlete on top of that.
All right. Electric chair meal?
Oh, I grew up in the Midwest, so I'm a steak and potatoes guy. So it'd have to be a nice filet and a big baked potato with everything on it.
There we go. Books or videos?
Books for sure. And one great book that I've been reading, and it's great for, small entrepreneurial, is a book called Traction by Gino Wickman. It's really good all around business tools and ideas to help run your business more efficiently and be more entrepreneurial.
Wow. Well, Steve, thank you for being a guest on the Funeral Nation show. In closing, would you like to personally share anything with the Funeral Nation audience?
Yeah, I would. This is one thing that I say to every audience of funeral professionals that I get in front of, and that is the work we do is really, really important and really, really valuable for humanity and the communities we serve. And so we never should lose sight of that what we're doing is really important collectively as suppliers, as funeral home owners, as funeral directors. And so be proud of what you do, and remember that it's really valuable and important for families to do the work that we're doing.
No doubt. And we are so grateful that you came on here. I think this may be the first live interview in the industry of the heir apparent. Just before we go, is the master of marketing in that office in there with you? Is he gone?
No, he stepped away. So, Dean is a great guy to work with, and he's been a great asset to me as I've come on board here and helped me with my transition into my role here at Homesteaders. So we'll get him on some other time with you guys, and I know you'll have a good time just, kind of running him through the paces.
Yeah, well, I tell you what, do us a favor and just leave the interview, just walk up, give him a big hug, and turn around and walk off and don't say anything.
I will
You'll figure out what it is later. All right, man.
All right, thanks,
All right,
guys.
we'll see you. Thank you.
Excellent interview. A lot of great insight. Excited to see the transition there, and Homesteaders keep innovating. We've been partnered with them now for about 6 months, which has been super fantastic. So pretty exciting stuff going on there. Interview segment today is brought to us by our boys at Sich Casket. Doing some great stuff, giving away free caskets, which everybody loves free. Let's roll that promo.
Funeral Nation is sponsored by Sich Casket. Finally, funeral homes don't have to wait to choose between premium quality and higher margins. Is it a Sich Casket or one of the top U.S. brands? Only your accountant can tell the difference. Visit Sich Casket or contact your Sich distributor.
All right, Mr. Commander, you found a great spotlight for our segment today. Who's our spotlight going to shine on?
Today, we're going to shine the spotlight on Matt Bailey of BC Bailey Funeral Home in Wallingford, Connecticut, and Waterford Funeral Home in Waterford, Connecticut. Everybody knows that we like to, guys, it's the good stuff about our profession. We hear enough bad. Matt, great job here. Matt actually posted and put in his parking lot a reserved space for wounded warriors.
Very cool.
Now, think about what's significant. This touched me personally because I'm not one, but I do know many of them. And what a excuse me, what a wonderful thing to do in the parking lot at a funeral home, because you know what, these guys deserve the respect. So Matt, thank you. Matt also has a program where he's retiring flags. So you know what, give Matt a call at Wallingford. Up there at Bailey Funeral Home in Wallingford, because he's doing a great thing. If you're a veteran, you need to talk to Matt. Matt, great job. My salute to you, my friend.
Excellent stuff. Love to see that. This spotlight segment was brought to us today by Pierce Chemical. Pierce has been a great sponsor of the show. Let's roll that interview.
Pierce is in the bomber's choice for fluids and over 1,800 different prep room supplies in stock. Visit us at piercechemical.com to learn more about Pierce.
All right, Mr. Commander, this is the time we move into the WTF segment. Take a humorous look at something we find in the funeral profession. You're going to talk about it Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. It's water cooler talk, poking fun at ourselves, and it makes you say, what the funeral? I love what you found today. I like this. The last Uber. It's clever.
I think, frankly, this is something I would expect to see show up at my cigar club, Don and the boys, on Friday evening when I Uber home after having libations, several, and I Uber home after 3 or 4 cigars. I think this is perfect. What a great service. You can lay down the back, come up. The only thing, if it had a lift like a dump truck, just roll my big old butt right out of the back of it.
And you got one of those nice hearses where you hit the button and it just slides out. I mean, they can just slide you out, and drop you off, and away you go.
Man, you know what? I love innovation. This is it. Hey, what do you do to market yourself? How do you stand apart? You're either going to fit in or you're going to stand out.
That's right.
Right?
Stand out. Uber getting in the funeral business. Love it. All right, WTF segment this week was brought to us by United Community Bank, our friend Alan Mulligan. Let's roll that promo.
Shifting trends in family choices, expanding corporate ownership, rising costs. The funeral and death care industry is changing with each new year. At United Community Bank, our team of funeral and death care lending specialists understand the need for capital for acquisitions, expansions, renovations, equipment upgrades, and more. And we make the loan application process as quick and easy as possible.
We really are a community bank at heart, and we really are the bank that service built. We do have many products that are specifically designed for small business, and that really is a big focus of the bank. And that's an area that we want to continue to focus on, that we bring these unique solutions to small businesses.
United Community Bank has the industry knowledge, resources, and the team in place to help make your goals a reality.
Well, Commander, this wraps up episode 76. Next week, you and I are having a competition to see who's going to be hustling more. So,
well, I think it's going to be cool because you're going to Jacksonville, Florida first, right?
Yep.
And then you're going to Ohio afterwards.
That's right. To speak
right.
and be an exhibitor at the Ohio convention. So, yes.
Wow. So I'm going to Iowa to speak and also play golf because that's part of what I do. It's a job description.
Okay.
And then I'm flying to Chicago.
Uh-oh.
So I think we got to look at our airline miles, who's doing what. But you know what, Ryan? If you look at this funeral business and what we're doing and who's out here in the profession, there's nobody else that's hustling like you and I are.
We're getting
right?
it, man.
We're everywhere. You're standing out. Look at that shirt. By the way, I'm standing at attention saluting because that's cool as all get out. You know, I'm a Tommy Bahama guy, so I'm prepared for my Cigar Friday. But you know what, folks? When we're out, when we're about, we want to talk with you. We want to hear from you. We want to make sure that this show is the first and foremost in the news and the business out here. We're putting out great content. It's not something made up. Where do you get to see the CEO of Homesteaders, the new CEO coming in? It ain't nowhere.
That's right.
It's here on the Funeral Nation show. So y'all have an effing great week. And Ryan, I'm out here.
See you soon.